Hello, and welcome to Popcorn News, something to watch while you eat popcorn. Do not try to comprehend it all. Nay, just eat the popcorn. In previous Popcorn News videos from around late June to early July of 2016, I talked about widespread brazen vote fraud in the Democrat Party primary elections. And I'll include a link to my Heirs to Move's blog. You can check these videos for yourself, late June, early July 2016. Now, talented actress and political activist Susan Sarandon has also voiced concerns about the vote fraud.
Doesn't come. I mean, I could tell you so many more things that happened on the road in terms of. Just things like Bernie not being able to get a table inside with his information at certain places, or what happened to New York, 131,000 just in Brooklyn alone. You know, what happened to when that couldn't vote? Names disappeared.
In Brooklyn.
Just in Brooklyn, let alone all the people that went and were registered as Republicans. And, you know, everything that happened in California when I was going door to door, and then people show up and they're given provisional ballots instead of the other ballots, and people reporting. I mean, we wouldn't know these things if it weren't for the internet, and we wouldn't know these things if it weren't for body cams, and we wouldn't know if we weren't able to talk to each other. So that's a great thing. But it doesn't come as a surprise, because all along there were these efforts to thwart communication, or from when the debates were scheduled. I mean, like, you know.
Coming out on national TV saying chairs were thrown at the Nevada convention.
Yeah, well, you guys were very good about showing, you know, where's the video? Everyone's got a camera. Where are the chairs thrown? But then people pick these things up and they're never rectified, because as you saw from these emails, when you're got CNN and MSNBC and all those that are in collusion, basically, everyone's afraid, and it's really encouraging that you guys exist, and that and Amy, who's here, you know, exists.
So if they have vote fraud or election fraud in the Democrat Party primaries, what's to say they can't do the same in the November elections and steal votes from Donald Trump? Who's going to stop it? You might say, well, the Republican Party will keep an eye out, but the establishment of the Republican Party is largely gravitating towards Hillary Clinton. They want her to win. So who's going to be watching that the same thing that happened to Bernie Sanders doesn't happen again to Donald Trump in November? Why does the Clintons keep getting away with these things? Well, in a previous Popcorn News video, Israel's gal, I reported on, it's because Hillary Clinton is Israel's gal. And we find in the local paper of yesterday, July 27, 2016, an Associated Press report. Upset Sanders supporters clash with police. And therein is reported they marched in the street outside of the Wells Fargo Center. Later, someone set an Israeli flag on fire. Well, why would they do that? Why would the upset Bernie Sanders supporters set an Israeli flag on fire? In yesterday's video about the viewer comments, and keep coming with those viewer comments. I'm always happy to read what people say. In John chapter 4, verse 20, the Samaritan woman is speaking with the big J. And she says, "Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, and you say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship." And she's talking about Mount Gerizim. The Samaritans had worshipped on Mount Gerizim, and the Judaeans had worshipped on Mount Zion. So which of the two is it? Who's the true Jews? Are the Samaritans or the Judeans the true Jews? Well, in a book of mine, Melchizedek Communique, I looked into this situation of Mount Gerizim and the Samaritans. Melchizedek Communique by me, available from Amazon.com. In that book, we find in Genesis chapter 14, verses 18 to 20, we read how Abraham received bread and wine from Melchizedek, king of Salem, and paid him tithes. But where was this Salem? Where was Salem? Taking advantage of the uncertainty, the Christians have settled it to be Jerusalem. But it happens in this case that a heathen author removes the difficulty. Eupolemus, Eupolemus, states that Abraham received gifts from Melchizedek in the holy city of Har Gerizim, or of Mount Gerizim. When David and the priests removed the holy place from Gerizim to the city of the Jebusites, they then perhaps first called it Jerusalem, and to justify themselves against the charges of the Samaritans, they corrupted the text in Joshua, as some of the most eminent Protestant divines are obliged to allow, substituting Ebal for Gerizim and Gerizim for Ebal. Melchizedek could not be king of the city of Jerusalem in the time of Abraham, because it was not yet built. For it was in the thicket in this place, Mount Moriah, where Abraham found the ram fast by the horns when he prepared to sacrifice his son Isaac. If there had been a city there in the time of Abraham, the history would have said that he went to the town to sacrifice. So my research is indicating that the Samaritans are the truer Jews than the imposter Jews now running Israel. And the imposter Jews running Israel have their gal Hillary Clinton on the fast track. They will stop at nothing, not just the imposter Jews, but also the campaign, Democratic campaign people, and even a lot of the Republicans, to put Israel's gal in the White House. And if you think this is anti-Semitic, it's not. It's pro-Semitic, because the Samaritans are the real Jews.